From Season 4, Episode 1 Review, Spoiler Review. So, from Season 4, Episode 1 is finally here. And I'm really hoping you've already watched it. If you haven't, then please do yourself a favor. Watch the episode first, because this review contains major spoilers. I don't want to ruin your experience. Trust me, the episode is worth watching without knowing what happens. Then come back and watch this review, because we'll be diving into a lot of hidden details, theories, and moments that you'll appreciate much more after seeing the episode yourself. Now, if I had to give my verdict in one sentence, I absolutely loved this episode. There's a difference between liking something and genuinely loving it, and this episode falls into the second category for me. The biggest reason? It reminded me of Season 1, Episode 1. Back then, everything felt mysterious. We were discovering this strange town, the terrifying creatures, and the rules of this world for the first time. That same excitement returned in this premiere. One thing I've always felt about From is that it sometimes drags certain scenes a little too long. The conversations are important for the story, but occasionally the pacing slows down. This episode completely fixed that problem. Even though it's almost 55 minutes long, it honestly felt like 20 or 30 minutes. The pacing was fantastic. Instead of staying with one storyline for too long, the episode kept switching between different characters. We saw Boyd, Elgin, Sarah, the new family, and several other storylines. That constant movement kept everything fresh, and I never felt bored for a single minute. Now let's talk about some of the biggest moments. At the end of last season, there were so many theories about Jade's situation. Was it real? Was it a dream? A vision? Some kind of illusion? Well, this episode confirms that what happened is absolutely real. But what made me even happier was that one of my biggest theories turned out to be correct. I've been saying for a while that this isn't traditional time travel. It's something different. When the man in yellow asks Jade where she came from, he tells her, "No matter how hard you try, you can't change the story." Notice the word, story. In one of my previous theory videos, I explained that From isn't using time travel. It's using what I called story travel. You're entering different chapters of a story, but you can't rewrite what's already been written. This episode basically strengthens that idea. Another fascinating detail comes after Jade's death. The man in yellow calmly walks away, digs up a buried suitcase, and starts using the items inside it. That scene made me feel like everything has already happened before, almost like someone already wrote this story, and everyone is simply following the next chapter. Speaking of chapters, did you notice the title of the episode? The Arrival. And by the end of the episode, it's pretty obvious who that arrival was referring to. Even Sarah hints at it during her conversation with Christy when she says, "They're coming." Now let's talk about another theory that turned out to be right. Elgin is alive. I said after the finale that he wasn't dead. A lot of people argued with me because of what happened to him. But I kept saying, they didn't kill him, they destroyed his eye. And that's exactly what happened. That alone opens up several new theories that I'll save for another video. Now, can we please talk about that car rescue scene? For me, that was easily the best sequence in the entire episode. The girl trapped inside the wreckage, her father lying there, everyone desperately trying to cut the vehicle apart while she's terrified. It felt incredibly realistic. This wasn't one of those action scenes where people magically escape in 10 seconds. Every second felt stressful. I was genuinely anxious watching it. That's how well it was directed. And did anyone else notice Ethan's expression while looking at that girl? Something felt off. For a while, I honestly thought this entire situation was part of the man in yellow's plan. I expected him to somehow manipulate the newcomers, but the ending completely surprised me. I knew the arrival would involve him somehow.